want to tell you a story today about Jesus. Jesus was the guest at a wedding in a town called Cana. And I don't know if you've ever been to a wedding, but I'm sure you've seen it, maybe on telly. People dressed up in all of their best clothes, excited about the big day. Well, Jesus was at this wedding with his mum Mary. And he was just there being a guest like any of us would be a guest at a wedding. So the wedding celebration continues. Everyone is having a fantastic time. They're having a party. And for people that have been to weddings, wedding parties are the best type of parties. The food's good, the cake's great, everyone's having a brilliant time. But something happens which could just ruin the day for the happy couple. The wine runs out. And wine in Jesus' day was an important thing. You had to have it at a party. And it ran out. And what were they going to do? There was no shops to pop down to. They couldn't just come up with something. What were they going to do? Up to this point, Jesus had been a fairly ordinary young man. People would have known him as Mary's son and Joseph's son. Joseph's son, a carpenter, the person who you could turn to if you needed your door fixed or a piece of wood sawn. But nothing really special. But his mum Mary knew differently. She remembered his birth. You might remember it, the Christmas story of angels and wise men and shepherds arriving to celebrate the birth of this new baby, the new king. And Mary explained to Jesus what had happened. The wine had run out and it was causing a problem. It could ruin the day. I wonder what she expected him to do. Jesus turned to his mum Mary and told her that it wasn't his time yet to start to do amazing miracles and things. And Mary turned to him, and maybe it was something in her eye, but Jesus seemed to change his mind and decide that he was going to do something about this situation, that he was going to rescue the day. He sent for the people who were running the party, and they came over, and he said, what you need to do is, you need to fill up the water jugs. And these weren't water jugs like little small ones, these water jugs were massive. And he said, what you need to do is you need to fill them with water right to the brim, right to the top. And then Jesus called over the head of the party and said, taste it. And as he drew out the first glass, he looked at it and he realised that it wasn't water. That what he'd drawn out was actually wine. And it wasn't ordinary wine, it was the best type of wine he'd ever tasted. This was Jesus' first miracle. He turned ordinary water into wine. Jesus threw the best party you could ever imagine. This is the story of Jesus turning water into wine in a little town called Cana.